Hey guys, R4GE here, and today I'm going to show you how you can update the firmware on a Nikon D5500. The process should be similar on other Nikon cameras as well, however I have a D5500. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find out what the latest firmware is for your camera. So if you come to this link here, the link will be in the description, and you just search for your camera model. So I'm going to search for the D5500. And then if I search, it will then take me to the page for the camera. Now on the page you want to click on firmware, and then you want to have a look at the current versions for distortion control and the camera's firmware. So as you can see, the firmware is 1.0.2 and the control data for the lens is 2.018. So now we know what the latest versions are, we now want to come over and find what version is installed on the camera. Right, so now I'm over on my camera, I'm now going to press the menu button on the camera to bring up the menu. Then you want to come down to the spanner icon to access the setup menu, and then in the setup menu you want to choose the bottom option that says firmware version. So as you can see on the D5500, C is the camera firmware, and then L is the lens firmware version. And even though I have the latest firmware for the camera and the lens, I'm just going to go through the update process for updating the camera's firmware. If the firmware version that is installed on your camera matches the current latest version, there is no need to update it. But if it doesn't, we're now going to go through how to update it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to power the camera off, and we're going to plug the SD card into the computer. So I'll just do that. Right, so now I'm back over on the computer, and I have just plugged the SD card from the camera into the computer. So to download the firmware, you just want to click the View Download Page button here, and then you want to scroll down and accept, and then click Download. Now that will download an exe, and what we want to do is we want to get the bin file out of it. So I'll just open another window just to make it easier to see. So you can either click and run the file that has been downloaded, and that will then extract the file straight out so that you can then access the bin file. Or alternatively, if you have programs such as 7-zip installed, you can open the archive of the exe and then just drag the bin file out of it. Either method should work fine, you just need to get hold of the bin from the downloaded file. So now you have the bin, you just want to drag it onto the root of your SD card. So this is the top level. You don't want to put it in any other folders, you just want it straight on the highest level that you can on the SD card that's going to go back into your camera. So now I've done that, I'll just eject the SD card, and then we want to go back to the camera. But first we need to plug our SD card back into the camera, and then power it back on. And now that the firmware is on the SD card, if we now come to firmware version again, as you can see we now have the update option available underneath done. So if I now press on update, as you can see it's showing me what my current version is and what version it will go to. Obviously I do not need to update as the version that's going to be installed is the same as what is already installed, but for you it would be lower, otherwise there is no reason to update. So if we now just press yes on the update, the camera will now start updating the firmware and should show you a dialog box saying that it is updating with a progress bar. And then once the update finishes, once it tells you you can turn the camera off, you want to turn the camera off. And then when you turn it back on, you can go in and look at the firmware version and check that it has updated. So as you can see on mine, I am still on the 1.02. Now hopefully that worked for you. If you liked the video, don't forget the like button. If you decide to hit the dislike button, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you another time. Bye.